Hey guys, so I just came back from a weekend in San Diego. I was attending an event called Influencer 2019. It was a personal growth, sales, and marketing event. And yeah, that's what I learned. Great event. If you are into that stuff, I really suggest you go. I mean, as developers, we can make things, but we suck at marketing and sales, which is why I'm going to these events. And I really only started going to them this year, and I graduated from university around like 23, 24. So that's about 4 years ish where I really stopped learning because right after university I just got a job and I didn't really read or go to events like this. But you gotta keep on learning, and that's a mistake I made, and I don't want you to make the same mistake. So go to events, learn, network with people. I mean, once you graduate from university, it's not the end. You got to keep going. But anyways, for today, you can see the iPad is running, so we're gonna do a demo to make sure things still work. But before we do that, I want to go over some changes that you need to make because I tried running the app without these changes and it just crashed. So these changes are what you need. So let's get into it. So styles.js, the first thing I need you to do is I need you to import constants from expo-constants. And that is because this expo.constants is deprecated, for lack of a better word, in the newest version of Expo at the time of this coding. So you need to do import the constants and do constants.statusbar height. Next thing, I want you to add this attribute message modal margin. That's not really needed, but we need that in the next video, so we'll just add it here. And that's that. Conversations.js, you can see that we're doing this require native base that slash fonts. You'll get an error for that. So what you need to do is you actually need to add this dot 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 and fetch it from the assets folder where we placed our fonts. So if you're following, those are in the Google Drive folders, which you would have received access to if you joined our mailing list. So join that mailing list. So that's it for conversations.js. Oh, and you also need to import constants and get rid of that from Expo, and import font as well, because in the newest version of Expo, that's what they want us to do. Messages, we're doing the same thing as in conversations. So we'll just change the load fonts function and make some changes on the imports. And we don't really need constants, so we're just going to get rid of that. In the search results, these variables are actually supposed to be in the constructor. So we got to move that up. But before we do that, you can see that there's some duplicate of card and card item, and need to zoom in for you guys because people always complain about not seeing things. Card and card item, zoom in. Not zoom in. They're duplicated on lines 25 and 26. So we need to get rid of them. Let's go delete card item, and move this to our constructor, and that's basically it. In our package.json, there's something we have to do. We have to add this React native modal overlay for the next video. We're not going to use that here, and relative date because we're using relative date somewhere. And I'm just showing you the function in message.js, and here's where we're using relative date, and we did the same here in the load fonts, and we added the import and used the constants.statusbar height there just to give you a review, and a zoomed in view of this because you guys probably couldn't see the code before, but now you can. So that's basically it for showing the code. Now let's go over to our iPad. And this is our login screen. So everything is pretty much the same. Go to profiles, everything looks good. I'm gonna show you guys how to call the backend later on to fill this in. The search is okay, but the search on the title there is kind of iffy. If you can see this, the search right there, that's padded up wrong. Conversations, oh, we got an error, but that's probably because we haven't really connected well to Firebase, so that's something we got to look at. and then the dances are still good. So that's basically it. That's all I wanted to show you for today. Please rate, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Join our mailing list if you want this code. Also, if you guys have any problems with your own code or your own programming questions, then feel free to message me on Instagram or something. I really answer to Instagram the quickest. On my YouTube channel, not really, because I don't really get notifications for some reason. I gotta check into that. But follow me on Instagram, Donlee50, DONLEE50. Some people have been doing that already, sending me questions on how to code this, how to code that, how to make this feature work. And if they're general questions that's relatively easy to answer without me knowing a lot about your project, then I'll be happy to answer them. I've actually helped a couple of people, so it's all relationship building. I'd love to help if I could. So yeah, send me your questions on Instagram and follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. Join that mailing list, and yeah, please rate, comment, subscribe to this video, and I'll see you guys next time.